Now, fellas, Ignite today is not just limited to men in Delta Upsilon. I'm also excited to welcome a dear friend of all of ours and our fraternity. She has served as a facilitator at both RLA and President's Academy numerous times. And you will notice her name all over the program books this year. She has been a dedicated chapter volunteer and mentor to many, including myself. For her efforts, she has been recognized with an award of merit from Delta Upsilon. In her day job, she is an academic advisor at North Carolina State University. In addition, she travels the country, speaking at a number of colleges and universities with Campus Speak. I know we are in for a real treat for the next 10 minutes. Her speech is titled, "The Elements of Matter." I'm honored to introduce Mindy Sopher.
Oh, it's a tough crowd. One of the few females here, and I get to look out over a lovely group. Thanks for being here today, fellas. I appreciate it. Would you do me a big favor? Just trust each other enough to shut your eyes for a second. I promise I'm not stealing your phones or wallets, and neither will your friends. So take a big deep breath. Close the eyes. And listen. Give me one more deep breath and come back to me. Come back to me and wake up. And think about what you just heard or didn't hear. Think about what you just heard or didn't hear. Was it your stomach grumbling from lunch today or in anxiety about dinner tonight? Was it thinking about things at home, or maybe you were starting to process some of the information that you learned in one of the workshops today, or maybe the ringing words of Dr. Franklin's charge was going through your mind at that time. That was 60 seconds. For some of you, it felt like an eternity. 60 seconds. For others, it went by just like that. 60 seconds of reflection. So today, I want to ask you all to start or continue a habit of reflection. I want to talk to you about the elements that matter. So when I speak about elements, gentlemen, what I'm going for there is those values and those principles inside of you, not just the four of Delta Upsilon, but the things that are really important to you, the things that make you tick. Natural elements are earth, air, fire, water, metal, wood. Delta Upsilon's four founding principles are our elements. Maybe you're thinking Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you psychology majors or your education folks, right? Food, shelter, sex, beer, whatever it might be on your mind that you're thinking of that make it essential for you to survive and thrive. Think about those elements that are important to you. And in one moment of reflection or one 60-second interval of reflection, did any of those things come up for you? Did you focus on any of those areas at all? Those important values and elements to you? Now, I'm not here to judge, trust me. Whatever you value is for you to value, and I respect that. And Delta Upsilon's a wonderful fraternity in that you do value and respect each other's beliefs. You've heard that from some of my colleagues that have spoken before, and I honor you for that. I really do. That's an amazing, amazing principle of yours, to value justice and your diffusion of liberal culture and respect everybody for wherever it is they're coming from. However, no matter your political party, Josh Katz is a good vote. I want to say that. So as you look to what your own critical elements are, your own values that make you tick, that wake you up in the morning, that give you pause during the day, what I'd like you to do is develop a habit, actually, of reflecting each and every day and including your values in that reflection. Including your values in that reflection. So as you do that, I'd like to give you a couple steps on how to use the reflection time that you have every day. You use 60 seconds with me. I have 10 minutes. I gave you one of those minutes to reflect. I'd like you to multiply that by 10 and take 10 minutes out of your day. I don't care if you do it at 5:30 in the morning when I'm still sleeping or 11:30 at night when I turn off Johnny Carson. Oop, Jay Leno. Oop, Jimmy Fallon. That just tells you how old I am. I'm sorry. Yeah, find those 10 minutes somewhere. And I promise you, if you invest those 10 minutes in yourself, in looking at the elements of your life that really matter, you will find yourself living those important values even more every day. And you will find yourself becoming or enhancing the quality of being a lifelong learner. No matter how old I am, I try to learn something new every day. And the process of reflection helps me to do that. So let me give you a little hint and maybe a process that you might be able to use. And I just ran into Dylan White a minute or two ago, and I apologize to him because he heard this in my class before, but I guess that just amplifies the fact that I really mean what I'm saying. So let me give you a suggestion. Because, ladies and gentlemen, how you choose to spend your time reflects what your values are. How you invest your time, your money, your heart, your spirit reflects what you really think is important. So if it's working out or studying or spending time with your friends or like me, petting my English bulldog, whatever it is that you spend time doing, that reflects what your values really are. So how do we really make them matter? Here's your 4 steps to reflection, suggesting you take 10 minutes a day to do exactly this. The process is, and those of you who've been on GSI will understand some of this even better. The first would be to look for that aha moment. So complete the sentence with me. Think about something you learned today. I learned, fill in the blank. That's step 1. I'm going to use my own example of cancer. I happen to have been blessed with the learning opportunity of living through and learning from cancer 4 times, and I continue to learn from it today. So with my cancer diagnosis, I learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was. That was my learning for the first round. Thanks. My mom would call it ornery, call it what you will. My aha moment, I'm stronger than I thought I was. I learned that, fill in the blank for yourself. Thank you. Number 2, I learned this when. When did that aha moment happen? What was the context for it? I learned it when I was lying on the table in the radiation room, and they shut the door that's about this thick. Kind of sounds like one of those prison cell gas chamber types of things. I felt that way. I learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was when I heard that door slam and it was nobody but me, and I had to face cancer head on. There was no denying that I had it, and I made the decision that I was going to live through it. So, number 1, I learned, fill in the blank. I learned this when. What's the context for your learning? Number 3, this learning matters. Why? Why does it matter? Well, for me, it's because it was better than dying, and I chose to get up and keep on going. This learning matters because, what's the why of your learning or your aha moment? And number 4, and this is the most important one. Now that I know this, in light of this learning, what am I going to do about it? In light of this learning, I'm going to promise myself to get up every single day and make the very best decisions that I can based on my values. That's what cancer taught me. Number 4, in light of this learning, now that I know this, I will, and you fill in the blank. Doesn't have to be anything life-changing like cancer. It can be something like chocolate chip cookies with nuts are better than chocolate chip cookies without nuts. Whatever it is for you. But what it did for me, the reflection process, that I try and practice every single day for 10 minutes out of 24 hours, has taught me to be in touch with what my values are, my critical elements that keep me focused on who I want to be, on where I want to be, and on what kind of world I want to have. Dr. Franklin shared with us the concept of significance when he said, and I do want to get it right, so I'm reading it. You can't sit still and allow time to move and you not change and grow and become who you were created to be. Very powerful. And I think the process of reflection will help you do that. So I'm going to challenge you one more time to take 10 minutes for yourself every day, even on the crappy ones, even when you have 4 tests to do, even when the laundry's piling up and somebody needs you for something, to reflect. I learned. Keep learning. I learned this when. This learning matters. And now that I know this, this is what I'm going to do to make myself and the world better. Good luck as you reflect. Best wishes to you in your work with Delta Upsilon, and I thank you for the privilege of being with you today.